Hey guys, what's up? Otaku Mike here, doing another manga first impressions video. And honestly, I'm a little excited for this one because I've always wanted to read the source material of which the anime is based on. You either love or hate the anime adaptation of this. I'm kind of in the middle on the anime adaptation. Towards the later half, it gets kind of bad. But it's an interesting premise. And today we are looking at Elfen Lied Volume 1, well, more like Omnibus 1, Volumes 1 to 3. People have been clamoring for Elfen Lied, it seems like forever, like trying to get an adaptation of this. And luckily, Dark Horse put it out in this nice omnibus. We should be getting 3 more omnibuses of this, and then it should be complete. So if you don't know what Elfen Lied is, it's a manga from 2002. It centers around it starts out with a girl. Her name's Lucy. You don't know much about her. She's naked, locked up in this weird, underground facility. She has this crazy mask on, and they're like, "Oh, don't get any closer to her, or she'll basically kill you." And yeah, she'll kill you because she has these things. They're called vectors, if I remember correctly. That's what they're called. And they're basically like invisible tentacle hand arms, which are pretty cool. And they have they can only go a certain length, so she'll basically rip you to shreds with her vectors. And she is being basically studied by this government facility and whatnot, and she basically breaks out and slaughters a bunch of people. On the way of breaking out, she gets shot in the head and she falls into the ocean. Then later on, you meet Kota and Yuka. I believe her name is. Is it Yuka? And so Kota and his cousin, because Kota is going to come stay with her, basically. They find Lucy naked, scared, and doesn't know anything about herself. All she can say is noon, and they basically take her in, and she's very childlike in the beginning of this because it turns out Lucy has a split personality. She flips a switch and she's Lucy, the murder machine, Lucy. And this manga really centers around Kota and his cousin trying to figure out what Lucy is, because Lucy is a Diclone and she has these horns protruding out of her head. She's basically almost like a mutant, and you come to find out later on there's more Diclones. It's like an evolution almost, and this government facility is basically trying to recapture or reobtain Lucy, to basically use her. And it's Kota's job to, he basically becomes her protector, which is pretty interesting. So the art style in this is quite different than the anime. It looks a lot like this. This is what the art style looks like. Here, let me see if I can find some action. There's an action piece where they're fighting and stuff, which is pretty cool. Because she meets some other characters later on, and it gets actually pretty violent later on. If you've watched the anime at all, you know how the anime ends. This basically covers most of the anime volumes. The first omnibus basically covers a lot of the first half of the anime. Hopefully it diverges, and I believe it does diverge quite differently from the anime later on in the manga itself. But this is pretty much most of the anime in a nutshell. If you're not really into older style manga artwork, you're probably not going to be getting into Elfen Lied. I picked it up because I was kind of nostalgic and I wanted to check out Elfen Lied, and I enjoyed it. Even though I knew what was going to happen, I enjoyed it, and it does touch on some pretty sensitive subjects. So if you're not interested in like more adult subjects and like a lot of violence, I can't recommend Elfen Lied for you. Make sure you're over the age of 18 and are ready for this, because it's very, very violent. But it's not bad. Some of the proportions sometimes, though, on some of the characters look a little off. Like when, like, I don't know if you can see that, but like, you can see that, like, they look very elongated sometimes. Whenever there's like a far off shot, their bodies look like they're stretched out almost. One thing that's actually really cool about this is you get 3 short stories. Where is it? Hold on. Let me find it. Alright, so you get 3 short stories. They seem like they're standalone stories, basically. But all of this right here is basically from here to here are short stories. There's 3 of them, and they're actually pretty cool. Which I actually really liked, and I didn't know that that was going to be in the book. So, yeah, it's really cool. If you want a nostalgia trip, go check this out. It's a pretty fun read, although it's really dark, if you're into that kind of stuff. But yeah, I personally recommend it if you want to check out something older. You're looking for something more older to check out, I recommend Elfen Lied, but be prepared, it gets very violent. So yeah, I'm Otaku Mike. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this manga first impressions video. Let me know down below if you're going to pick up the Elfen Lied manga, or if you enjoy Elfen Lied, or you dislike Elfen Lied. Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you later. Peace out.